Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner compared to iconic rock bands the Beatles and the Rolling Stones after French Open epic. Carlos Alcaraz beat Jannik Sinner in an epic French Open final on Sunday. Tennis great John McEnroe believes the pair could dominate the sport in the years to come, and has compared them to iconic music bands, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. The build-up is now underway to the third Grand Slam of the tennis year at Wimbledon, which begins on June 30. John McEnroe has compared Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz to the Beatles and the Rolling Stones after their epic French Open final. Alcaraz came from 2 sets behind to beat Sinner at Roland Garros on Sunday, in a match that left tennis fans the world over stunned. TNT Sports pundit John McEnroe was clearly bowled over by what he saw in Paris, and as a guitarist and rock music fan, McEnroe was asked which bands he would compare the superstars to. It's like choosing between the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Who do you prefer? I loved Led Zeppelin, McEnroe told Corriere dello Sport. The Stones were unpredictable, but sometimes the Beatles were better. We're talking about groups that, like Jannik and Carlos in tennis, have made history. The last 2 decades have seen 3 icons dominate in the men's game: Novak Djokovic, who is still playing, and the retired pair of Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. It was predicted by many in tennis that the sport could suffer a tougher time after that era, but McEnroe believes the sky is the limit for Sinner, who has 3 majors, and Alcaraz, who claimed his 5th Grand Slam title last weekend. Not even in my wildest dreams would I have thought that Federer, Djokovic and Nadal would reach 20 slams, McEnroe said. Now you ask me if Sinner or Alcaraz can win 25. It seems crazy to me, but never say never. Modern tennis is in the hands of increasingly tall, violent, phenomenal athletes. I will disappoint you. I don't like to give numbers. If there is anyone who can surprise us, however, it is those 2. Carlos is the most talented young man I have ever seen hold a racket. Jannik is not far behind. Alcaraz is brighter, Sinner is more consistent. I am struck by the sound of Jannik's ball. I have never heard anything like it. Carlos is the best gift the post-Big 3 generation could give us. And he's the only tennis player I'd pay a ticket for. The build-up is now underway for the third Grand Slam of the tennis year at Wimbledon, which begins on June 30.